Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand. The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war. He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war. Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over. Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough. You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater. The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive. Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end. Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet. He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest. He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc Puff is up next. Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Says you should take it easy. It's a fine way to ride. That's the hut hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside. What? Where it cuts. You need to turn the pegs in sync. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. That's spiraled out of control. There are things out there waiting for you. Bang Shelter 11E. Just the place to ride out a storm. It's a cold zone. Even a thick coat of fur is enough to keep you warm here. That's going to leave a mark. You've got more than a flesh wound. What foe can take a pounding from this? Let's pocket that. Slash and dash. Probably a lot of things buried out here. Sharpening of the mind. So much damage. That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. Good ridey beast. No hurty. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. As long as karma exists, the world changes and we change with it. Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A Surge Surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The power comes from turning the movement of the surf into surge sparks. Sometimes science is beyond belief. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days.
Uliana N.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what.
Malo anja pambalaga, Kepi?
He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course.
Non pakala ni pala.
Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action.
It's like the whole world is glowing.
Oh, shine like that and the dark disappears.
Now that's the right idea, Dark. Just disappear.
You know, I'm starting to think you don't like me.
I don't!
Jetum padal parat iranta.
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate?
Padal parat iranta. Jetum
Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about himself.
non pakala ni pala. Nan oko potayakya.
Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent.
En jij vivat sneva.
Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem.
Kanapan katal ila tuntun.
Thinks that kind of diversity brings strength.
Katrina chala.
But that's not nearly as important as this.
Tavare meye mu.
Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff.
Mu. Tavare meye gamuga.
This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in.
Tavare meye palam kachabe. Avarilanto vita fenia.
He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister.
Avarilanto vita fenia. Mikakumma. Oto emaram altli currado.
It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxanol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas. The dark can make you miss the day fierce. Don't want to point a finger, but the mecha stadium is near here. Blasting it to bits. Who can stand against that. The end is coming to the world, and everything else. Locked, but good. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Every little bit helps. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's too much distress. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. You have hours stretching before you. A pause place. Probably cleaned out, but you never know.
Kan patutang epi?
He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
Nin kanabam katal. Motambam ktiam.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny.
Menya vea.
He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out.
Nin kanabam katal. No katika. Oto emaram altli corrado.
He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow.
Tim.
He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Merc Puff is crunching bark by the minute.
Malo anja panvalaga. Kapining kay kalay.
Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails. The night could be fun. Get the rhythm going well. One arm, then the other. Pumping good. Looking better. This is Gurf's turf, and they don't like visitors. Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can.
Jamakuda Horedatunka.
This
Jamakuda Horedatunka. Vaksan U Inta Zatunak.
Hard to find any shadows now.
That's not necessary.
The prey always says that about the hunt.
Oh, you don't have to be so vicious about it.
Of course I don't, but I'm enjoying it.
got anything? That's an odd thing, don't you think? It's a ride, not a friend, right? See that plastic scrap over there? Well, looky there. A broke-down home. Might still be worth poking around. Shouldn't take much more. Slice and dice. Tap hard. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending.
Kuali.
This-
Kuali. Ekanishalafai intabadam waksuva.
Bet you can see clearly now.
Oh, that much light isn't good for you.
Oh, you're just afraid it'll burn you to ash and you'll blow away.
Am not. Well, not that much.
You should be.
You need to get the keys in sequence. Just a few moves left. Make them count. So, the technology from yesterday's is still here today, even if its message is getting old. You should be able to use that. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it. That's Punchy's place up in that little blimp. No better upgrade bench around. Let's see.
No, so punche you
Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else.
Unchapao. Ole.
A pleasure do business. The darkness swallows everything at night.
Bye.